Hey guys, it's TinkerTaylor here today, and I am doing a shell challenge by, I'm gonna try and pronounce this right, Sellidionne. I keep going to say Celine Dion, and that's so not correct. Um, yeah, Sellidionne, I found her, or them, I think I found them on Reddit, and my jaw just dropped every time I looked at their builds. So, I decided to take part of this shell challenge. Now, they're a fairly new YouTuber, so they are actually releasing videos and whatnot. So definitely go check them out. I'm going to have them linked down below, and I'm also going to have their, they did this shell challenge themselves, so I'm going to link their video down below as well and up in the cards as well here. So, yeah, definitely go check them out because they are amazing. Like, ridiculously good. I don't understand how every single one of the builds that I see over there are just like, that's what I aspire to be and how good I aspire to be, and I've definitely taken a lot of inspiration from Sellidionne. So yes, please after this video go check them out because this is their build, and if you want to download it and play it yourself, it's also there on their gallery. Obviously, that's how I got it. And yeah, I actually reached out to sellidionne to say, hey, look, I've done this build. Do you mind if I upload it? And we got to talking, and now there's some pretty exciting things coming up. I'm kind of speechless, to be honest. It's amazing, to say the least. I'm pretty excited for the next couple of weeks. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that little teaser there. This build took me 3 hours. I would say the longest video you guys have ever seen. My very first original build, I don't know how long that was, but I believe it was around 3 hours as well. I could be wrong. But yeah, this one took me 3 hours. Yeah, I have probably did a lot longer on my first ever video because it was in 2 parts. But this one, yeah, like I said, it took me 3 hours. It was ridiculous. But I loved every minute of it. I did take a little break at one point. I think I just wanted to have a shower because I was like, I need a break. This is a lot. So I did take a break. But I did just pause the recording and left the game untouched so that you guys you can't even tell. I mean, I can't even remember where I took the break. The TVs up here are supposed to be like the sports TVs. I don't know, like a sports bar maybe. But I left it pretty blank, as what I did with the rest of the build. I wanted to keep it very simple and minimal, I guess, because there's just so much already in this build. I didn't want to like overload people's computers. For anyone who wanted to download it. Yeah, like I said, this took me 3 hours, and to be honest, I would do it all again. Now, there's no super hard set rules, I guess, but I chose to not change any walls at all. So there are already pre-built walls in the middle. I don't know, you'll see that there's pre-built walls in one of these buildings, and I've left them. But the one thing I did change around a bit was the landscaping if it interfered with inside the building. Just because, I mean, who really wants to have a tree or whatever in the build? I did try and cover it up as much as possible because I didn't want to move around the stuff. I wanted to keep it as much as possible. But yeah, I decided to just muck around with it, I guess. And I'm pretty happy with. I've never done something like this before, where I've tried to build my own little clothing rack thing, I guess. I also realized I did place that really, really high when you walk in, but I couldn't really get a good angle to look at it when I was taking photos. That's why there's no photos of down there. Yeah, this build, oh my goodness, it made me want to cry, but in a good way. It was a lot to deal with, but it was also so worth it to just do such a heavy build. I don't want to say heavy, but like such a big build, and really try and think about, okay, I have this many spaces, I gotta do this and blah 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 and this and that and whatever. But I don't know, I really, really had the time of my life doing this one, and I would do it again in a heartbeat uh if I could, which I can. I can always come back and do the build again, but the one thing that did annoy me was the camera bouncing around left, right, and center. Like I was ready to cry. Taking screenshots, let me tell you, that was the worst experience in my entire life. Trying to take screenshots in this place. Because like I said, the camera was just bouncing around left and right. It made me just a little crazy, but in the end, I'm pretty happy with what I did. Building it wasn't too bad, but it was the trying to take photos of it was horrible. So right here I am doing an art gallery. I don't know, I really enjoyed this particular one. I kind of wanted to make it so that the person who owned the art gallery would come there and they would paint every day and hang up their paintings, but they've got just so many and they've got to stack them all up and just absolutely crazy amount of work that they have to do. For the life of me, I could not get that rock to move, so I'm hoping it's playable, but we'll see. But yeah, like I was saying, this build here, this art gallery here, I just imagine like a crazy old man who just paints every day, all day, every day. That's all he does, and he just wants to sell it all, and he wants to spread it because it's his passion, and he loves it, and he's a little strange, but otherwise completely harmless, and just wants to share his paintings, I guess. Yeah, this is like this little corner back here is where all of his other paintings are, so you got to come in and look at them all and move them all around so that you can kind of see the one that you want to paint with. So I do put way too many paintings in here, and the screenshot, it was so difficult to get because, like I said, the camera bouncing around. I was trying to get it so that you could just see everything in, like, just how many paintings this person has they're trying to sell, and there's just everywhere you look, there's more and more painting, because of course there would be. I really wanted to put that big painting there, but it just didn't fit, so yeah. I personally would love to come see this art gallery and have a look at all the paintings and pick a few up for myself, because I currently don't have a place for them to go, but in my head I'm building my dream build, I guess. I don't know. I've been really wanting to move countries. I know this is an abrupt change of conversation, but I promise it's relevant to buying pictures. I've really wanted to move countries, and I've actually recently been watching live streams of basically public transport, I guess. So like publicly access cameras that can watch public transport or the country in question, and I absolutely love it. It's so interesting to see the country I want to move to. I don't really want to name it, but yeah, being able to watch it and see. I don't know. It's just I'm getting distracted because I'm actually watching it now. Um, but yeah, I've been looking at a lot of houses in that particular country, and or I say houses, but I think I actually would like an apartment or a flat or I don't know, something where there's a lot of other people who live there, but maybe not too many, hopefully. Um, and I've kind of been decorating them in my mind of how I like, oh, I could put this here and I could get that and put it there, and that's why I was like, oh, going to an art gallery would be really cool to be able to buy paintings. That would be awesome. So, yeah. Anyway, back to that's probably not going to happen for another at least 3 years, if ever. So back to the build. I did notice before I was using the tool mod. If you guys have never used it before, that is okay because it will not mess up anything for you. You can still download it as this is. It won't ruin it or anything. Yeah, so you just need to download it as normal, and then you will be able to play it. It yeah, it's not what do you call it? I think it won't be counted as CC because I'm just using objects that are already in the game, so debug and whatever else I want to use, like tool, live edit objects. I don't know why I said tool. And the tool mod just means I can move it around and take it wherever I really want to. I can rotate it, I can lift it up, I can flip it upside down. If I wanted to, I could do an entire build upside down if I wanted, really, which I've been thinking about doing. So definitely let me know down below in the comments if you want to see an upside down build. I'm thinking like Roald Dahl, I can't remember the name of his book, but the book where there are the couple who I think they were like really, really mean, and there were these birds or monkeys or something that came in and glued everything to the ceiling, and the couple came in and were like, oh, everything's upside down, so we should probably go upside down. And then they glued everything to the, I don't know, they flipped everything upside down, and then they went to stand on their head and somehow got glued to the floor or something, or the roof or something like that. It's probably something that half of you are like, what on earth are you talking about? But I did a book report on this when I was in primary school. So, I can't remember what it's called though. Yeah, that Roald Dahl book. It'd be really awesome if I could like build the house or my interpretation of it. Now this is what I was talking about before with the, come on brain. Goodness. The pre-built walls, that's right. Yeah, so the walls already being built, already being placed, so I didn't move them. I did temporarily move the ones in the bathroom, but then I thought, you know what, let's just make 2 massive bathrooms. This is just too much effort for me to try and maneuver everything around to make more than 2 bathrooms. So I put the wall back, and on the other side, so the bathroom is on the other side of the wall that you see right now. And then on the other side of the bathrooms was the very first thing I did in this building, which was it was like a janitor's closet, I guess. It was, like, yeah, I don't know, janitor's closet or a maintenance crew closet or something like that. So Yeah, I just chucked them down so that I like put something like that in there just to make it a little bit more realistic. I don't know if it's reachable, I guess is the word. Like, I don't know if you can actually get into it, but I think it's kind of cool to have. But otherwise, yeah, the room on the other side of the posters, that's just to go upstairs, as you can see. And I've tried to put all these, what do you call them, heaters? Fireplaces everywhere, just because it's such a cold lot. So I thought, you know what, we'll just make it a warm lot, I guess. Because who wants to be cold when they're shopping? So yeah, I really pleased with how this particular part of the build turned out. So this is a little shop, I guess, like a little shopping mall, little precinct. And I spent majority of my time here. I also didn't do any landscaping, I don't think, because Sellidionne has done such a beautiful job already. So I just did all the interiors, I guess. And like I said before, I didn't change any of the walls or anything like that. I mean, I obviously could add my own walls, but I didn't change any. So yeah, this is the shopping center section. And this store here is a clothing store. I don't know why I'm struggling to think so much right now. But yeah, this is a clothing store. I originally was going to dress, there's some mannequins I put down in a second. I was originally going to dress them, but also I left those presents there and I completely forgot about that because I was going to put them on a like a table or something as if it was like gift wrapping, but I just left it there. And I'll be real, I found them in the screenshots and went, whoops. Cool. Yeah, like I was saying, I was gonna do the mannequins with clothes. I was just gonna put some random outfits on them. But when I got to screenshots, I was like, oh, I haven't done that. Oh, I'm not going to do that. So I didn't. So I imagine maybe this is like a brand new opening and they haven't done it, or they haven't done it in a while. I don't know. For some reason they haven't done it. So this is pretty much the build. Or the clothing store, I guess. I tried to keep them pretty simple. Like I said before, I didn't want to do too much and then have you guys download the builds and be like, oh, my computer's just crashed. I can't use this. I can't play this. So, yeah, some of these builds are a lot simpler than the others. But some of them, like this beautiful plant store, I went a little crazy with. But I feel like whoever owns this plant store, like they are shoving every plant possible in here and just like watering it every day. And yeah, I also put that plant box thing on the outside of the store because I don't know if you saw, but there was one plant sticking through and I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I just put another planter there. Yeah, this is probably my second favorite room, which I know you guys would be like, what? You put plants in every build. You must love that. This must be your favorite. No, surprisingly not. This is my second favorite build. My second favorite room, sorry, of the build. And you will see soon, hopefully, why my second favorite build. I put a lot more effort into my favorite one. Not that I didn't put any effort into this one, but the one that I did, that is my favorite, there was just so much more that I could do with it. So I did put more effort into it because there's more that I could do with it, if that makes sense. And I believe it's upstairs, so we'll have to wait. So this is a kid's toy place, toy room, toy center. I don't know what other people in other countries, what your toy centers are called, but we used to have one here called Toys R Us. I believe it still operates in other countries, but it doesn't operate here anymore, unfortunately. I remember years ago, there's one particular shopping center that I always go to, and years ago they had a Toys R Us there. And then it closed down, and half of it became a library, and the library might have already been there actually. But it closed down, and the library moved, and then it became a couple of different other stores, and they keep changing, but now... Oh, I was totally distracted looking up, trying to remember. This is my favorite build. This is my favorite room of the build. My goodness, you can tell I've not had a lot of sleep. Because I'm just... Anyway, this one, you will see in a second just how much effort I put into it. I mean, I've already put a lot of effort trying to put in those different wall pieces. I did it in a way where, like, you would come in and be like, oh, I want to do this project. How much of this do you think I'll need? And then the people who own the store, who are just magicians at home ec, would be like, oh, you need X amount of this, or Y amount, and blah, blah, blah. So you'd be like, cool, thanks. But I think I went a little over the top with this build. Just a little bit. But I'm entirely happy that I did. Because I just think it makes it look so much better. I know I've been saying this whole time, oh, I don't want to put too much stuff in. I don't want to be this or that or what. No, I put so much into this particular room. This is... Like, it took me forever. My roommate was asking, what's all that clicking noise? I was like, oh, that's me putting in each one of these individual pieces of yarn, making me want to cry, but that's okay. So, yeah, it took me forever. I think it's after this that I paused and went and took a shower, because I was just like, I can't. That was so much effort. I want to cry. Please let me go. Please, please, just stop. Please help me. So, yeah, I think this took anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour. Just placing each individual ball of yarn. And I wanted to make sure, like, black and white had the most, but then I realized now, looking at it, that the light green aqua color has the most. But at the same time, if people are using black and white a lot, there's probably a lot of produce coming out, so that they're trying to, like, restock it every time and not being able to. Now at this point, I got stuck and was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do? And I got the idea of an IT store, so I just put in just random tech stuff, honestly, just everywhere. And then this one, I was so lost, and I ended up doing the most random thing of a blind store. I've never seen it done before, but I thought, you know what? People in real life go blinds and curtain shopping. Why not do it in The Sims? Because what else do I do? Now, I know I said the plant store was my second favorite, but I think it's my third. And the yarn store is... okay. The yarn store's tied first with this last choice, this last build, this last one. Because this last one right here is a beautiful witch's store. I don't know. Ocean witchy cauldron-y store. Which I absolutely love. I think I'm going to do another build like this in a while. It's going to take me a while to actually get around to that because I have so many other builds. Well, I mean, by get around to it, I don't mean actually doing it. I could do it quite soon. I just mean for you guys to see it, it'll take a little while because I have a number of builds already pre-planned, I guess, which I think I'm going to try and keep doing that of pre-planning at least maybe the next month. Because otherwise I'm just going to be stuck in this nonsense land of not knowing what I'm going to do for a build this week and then panicking and being like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have any idea. I've got to do a build and get it up today. No, it's done. I've got it. Like, I did it. So yeah, I definitely love this build. And I love how dark it is too. Like, just so beautifully dark. Like I'm in love with it. I think doing this build any other way, wouldn't have been happy. Getting the screenshots for this one, my lord. The worst thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. I hated it. Trying to get just for this room because it's the highest point of the entire build and I was bouncing around. I could not get, like, I thought it was bad enough trying to get like when I was building, you can see here the camera's kind of bouncing around a little bit. I thought that was bad enough. Oh, it was 10 times worse in like the camera mode. I can't even think of it, the camera mode. Ugh. Honestly, I was ready to cry, and at the point where I wasn't even up to this part yet, and I was like, you know what? My lovely viewers can get whatever screenshots I can get because at this point I'm just going to cry. This is ridiculous. I made a little seance table with a little crystal ball and a statue watching over because why not? I have no idea why the statue would be watching over, but it is. I've also put a fairy statue on the front. I'm imagining that fairy statue, like if you try and rip them off or argue or anything negative, that the fairy statue will just come to life and curse you or something. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. This is the build. Like I said, a lot of the exterior, the externals, I've done basically nothing. The only thing I really put in was that little sign. But everything else exterior really wasn't me. That was sellidionne. So definitely go check out that channel. I will have it linked everywhere. You'll definitely be able to go see it. So please go do that because they deserve every view they can get because my goodness, this build was amazing to furnish. It was amazing to do. Even with the camera bouncing around like crazy, I would do it all again. I'm just like blown away with how detailed and amazing a build could be, and it's one day I will be there. One day. And I will keep trying and I will keep pushing myself until I can get to a point where I can do builds like this on my own without having to have help. But honestly, I'm not even mad if I do have to keep doing renovations or shell challenges of sellidionne because it's amazing. These are amazing builds, and I'm gonna shut up now about I sound like a fangirl, and that's because I am. Anyway. Here's my favorite room. Well, my favorite of the shopping center, I guess. It is pretty bland and plain, but at the same time, there's so much already in it. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below which was your favorite room or building. And hopefully you guys can download it and play it. I have not play tested it. I never do that, and I really should, because who wants to download a build that potentially doesn't work? But yeah, let me know down below if you use this build as like a store or an art gallery or a cafe or a bar. Like, what do you use it for? Because there's so many different things you could use this particular build for, and I would love to see how you do it. So definitely let me know down below, and if you've enjoyed this video, if you've stuck around this far, please, please, please give it a like to let me know that you've liked this, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, because I promise you the next builds, well, I mean, I haven't actually done next week's build, but the builds that are coming out pretty soon after that, I promise you I've spent so long on them, and I've actually been able to have fun, muck around with things that I've never really tried before and I really wanted to. So definitely let me know down below if you've enjoyed this, and if you want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe, turn the little bell notification thingy on, and make sure you check out Sellidionne's channel. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.